Live. Going live, going live, going live. You're live. Apparently.
Oh,
yes.
finally.
Got it. Okay. Thank you so much for bearing with there where we had some technical difficulties.
No worries.
You are genuinely lovely people. Huh?
The Wi-Fi was down.
The Wi-Fi was down. But we're here now, and that's what's important. I thought you just said the wife was down.
The Wi-Fi was down.
Me?
Yes.
Me.
Well, that was sort of true too.
Sort of true, yeah. I've not been great for the last few weeks. I've had this kind of really bummer of a cold. And then yesterday, I was actually going to tweet, like, yay, my first day in a month without Lemsip,
Oh no.
which is cold medicine. Yeah, so
You spoke too
excited,
soon.
going out on Friday night. What did I have to do this morning? Have cold medicine.
Have a Lemsip.
Yeah.
But it has been increasing your snoring. What?
Sorry, the Lemsip?
Yeah, the Lemsip. The doctor said it's been giving you nasal polyps. Apparently.
Thanks for sharing that. Yes.
Sharing is caring.
We should also say hi to Clara, who's moderating comments. If you don't know, and you've somehow stumbled upon this live stream, hi, I'm Jessica. This is my channel. This is my lovely wife, Claudia.
Hello.
She guests in videos and sometimes live streams.
And live model merch.
And live models my merch. This, oh God, yeah.
Yeah, you're wearing your merch. I know, it's just like, woo!
No, I actually wear this all the time because it's the comfiest and warmest jumper I have. Oh God, sorry. That looks like really planned.
Yeah,
it really wasn't.
You do actually wear that all the time.
I do actually wear this all the time. Yeah. Jesus.
But this is the new one because yay, gay.
Yeah.
And it's a long sleeve t-shirt. And we were just
very happy.
We were just talking about how I used to have long sleeve t-shirts when I was about 12, 13.
Yeah.
And then I stopped wearing them when boys came along because I thought, no, I'm dressing too much like a boy. And now I'm like, whatever, I'm going to have a long sleeve t-shirt and the words gay on it.
Yeah, because you don't have to pretend to be straight anymore.
Yeah.
You're free from those confines.
And there's a mug.
And there is a mug, thank you. But we just completely missed.
Oh.
Thank you, William, for the very first super chat, which is where you pay and then your message goes a nice colour. There are also super stickers that you can find. It says we have a large spider on our wall.
Happens.
Is it that? Because that's a picture.
Well, that is
That's a picture hook, promise. Not an actual spider.
Yeah.
Promise. Not a spider, guys.
I'm freaking out.
Not a spider. She's going to just freak out.
Hey, look, and we've got merch behind in the cushion. Oh my God, we're really repping ourselves today. What? What's wrong with it?
This is too much.
Oh, it was totally unplanned.
I'm sorry. God, I'm too British for this. Anyway.
She genuinely didn't realise she was still wearing that jumper until we both sat down and saw ourselves on screen.
I was planning on getting changed to do this live stream, and then it's just been a day. It's been a day.
Yeah,
you know how it is.
Wifey problems. Yeah.
Oh no, William says you're trying to prank us. It's fine. There was no spider.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
And we just explained the joke too far.
We're like, no, that's just
this is the thing. This is the thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Anyway,
right.
mug.
We're actually here.
Come on, we've got to finish the merchandise plug in here.
Go for it, honey. Go for it.
So now we've got this lovely mug. Some such tosh, it says. And a little banner.
Means rubbish in British.
Yep, and on the back is Jessica Kellgren-Fozard. Can you see that? It's a bit bright.
And the little picture of myself I drew. Oh, but hello, everyone. Hi.
I wish it said tosh at the bottom. That'd be cool. Because then you could just have someone around for tea. And they could be talking, and you're just like, Yeah, next time.
Oh, yes, people are noticing the fact I have straight hair. Yes, I do. This is how it grows from my head, shockingly.
Yeah.
Really, really straight. I am not so keen on it. My wife loves it because she knows.
We both washed our hair today. Look, this is the difference of our natural hair. This is my hair when I've just washed it. It's like, whoa, so much hair. And then this is Jessica's hair. It's like,
so straight.
I already wanted your hair when I was like a teenager.
If I had your hair, the things I could do.
And you really wanted my hair.
Vintage styles will be much easier with curly hair. If you've got kind of a body to your hair at all, it makes, gives you a better hold of your curls.
It's just too much.
No, I used to perm my hair when I was, wow.
I know.
Now you look like the sim I made of you.
No, now I
now
look,
I look like Cousin It.
no, now I look like, with my long sleeve t-shirt as well, a member from Hanson.
Oh,
Do you know?
yes. Okay.
But
Can we just win it?
but anyway, we are actually going to a 90s party tonight.
Yes,
I should go as a
guys,
member of
we're
Hanson.
going out. I'm leaving the house. Aren't you proud of me? You are.
I probably shouldn't go as a member of Hanson, saying that the event is called Gal Pals.
I don't know. I think maybe there were some gay girls who said they liked Hanson because that was like an acceptable way of saying that you kind of liked women.
Really?
I mean, they hadn't all hit puberty and they all had long hair. So they had really like soft features and long hair.
And they sung quite girly songs, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
well, I maintain that's my defense.
Should get onto topic.
Can we just point out though
what?
that Kitty just used, I say Kitty because your name is Indie Kitty 1, but it could be Indie, but also. Really cool like super stickers. Super stickers are now a thing. You basically make adorable stickers come up, and if you're watching on a mobile, things move.
Cool.
Yeah, if you use your sticker. Right. No, we're actually here to answer questions about adulting.
Okay.
Because we're such adults.
Is this like adult rated?
No.
Okay.
When is anything I do
I
adult
don't know, it's just
rated?
like adulting. What is adulting?
I think adulting is just the being an adult.
Okay.
Just the process of, you know.
Right.
Getting older, leaving home. We're buying a house. That's pretty adult.
Reminiscing about Hanson.
Yeah, see? If you can go to some kind of special night about an era that you remember and enjoyed, you're an adult.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah,
is that your definition of adult? End of live
That's
stream.
my definition. There we go. Okay, do we want to go in with like a fun question or a kind of deep, serious question?
What? A serious one.
Okay, well. Okay, so Zan Overton asked, I just had my first child and I've gotten a lot of doubt from my family on my skills as a mum in regards to my disability and how it affects me. How have you guys faced the same doubts and opposition from people, and how do you respond to it? Thanks. Also, we have a new member. Hello. Oh, thank you, Jessica Webber, for joining and becoming a member of the Kellgren-Fozard Club.
Yay. Well, I've got to reread it because I can't ever process things when you tell me, when you say it for some reason.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so basically,
I mean,
are we worried? I was going to make a whole video about this one day. Are we worried about becoming parents and how other people will respond to our becoming parents?
Is that, have you faced doubts?
Cute sticker, Christina.
Yeah. Well, personally, no, for me. But then I feel like this is more aimed at you.
Well, I think it's aimed at you in relation to me.
Okay.
You're married to me.
Yeah, I mean, before Jessica came into my life, I was like, I'm going to be a great mum. And then Jessica came and I'm like, oh my God. No. I'm just
That's a lie. She tells me all the time I'm going to be a great mum.
Yeah, you're going to be a great mum. No, I think like, but yeah, you have a fear about this. But
yeah, I do. Yeah. Yes. So yes, I do have a fear about it for sure. I think a lot of all the kind of rhetoric that we hear about, oh, you become a parent and like it's the hardest thing you've ever done and you don't sleep and it's taxing and blah 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 blah, and it does sound very scary.
Sounds like hard work, especially for someone who struggles to look after themselves. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
But then you're not doing it on your own.
No.
And like, I think it's hard work for everyone. And also you could look at it a different way and say, well, actually, because you have so much experience in looking after yourself and others and prioritizing different things to do with like health and time at home, maybe actually that puts you in a better standing than someone who's just like never really looked after themselves properly, suddenly becomes pregnant, like whacks out a baby and is just like, whoa, I don't even know how to cook an egg.
I love that that's your idea of childbirth. Whacks out a baby. There we go. Yeah. It's out. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's also, so the whole kind of energy aspect of it is obviously very scary. They're looking after a little person, but people do it. People have done it. People manage.
Yeah, of course.
And I have you.
Yeah.
And I think I'm not at all worried about it in terms of the emotional side. In terms of the just like
you have
looking after a little kid.
Yeah.
We do have a nephew who we look after. He's great.
Yeah, you're really good at it. And also, like going back to the question about, do you have any family who doubt you? Like, I don't know if I mentioned that.
No, I mean, go ahead.
I was going to say, because a lot of your anxiety about it comes from being told that you wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Do you want to move to the next question? You're like dodging a lot of the response to this.
This is deep, guys. This is maybe probably a topic that I should I'll cover in a whole video.
Okay,
when Claudia gets pregnant and I have a mini breakdown.
Yeah, she's got time to reflect on it.
Yes.
So
I would also just like to say, I'm sorry, but we have some new members happened whilst I was having my breakdown there. Not really a breakdown, just, a thing. It's fine, guys, right? I'll be fine, yeah? Yeah? Okay, so Jocelyn is a new member, and Matthew Hall is a new member, and hello, William, who want to know if I ever thought of going Victorian. And I kind of love Victorian styles.
Well, we do kind of have we live in a Victorian house.
We do.
So it was built in the Victorian era, and it has Victorian qualities about it. It has a Victorian fireplace, and we like that.
A lot of our decoration is actually Victorian. I think I way prefer Victorian and Edwardian style architecture and interiors to 1950s, even though the way I dress is 1950s and 1940s. I don't really like those interior styles.
Yes.
There you go. We've got more super chats. You guys are so good today. Hello. Thank you so much for supporting me as well. Everyone mentioning this trauma that I'm going through.
Should I ask?
Yes. It's maybe a deep one to start with.
What's this one? How many kids would you like to have? Is this just
how many kids would we like to have? Well, I know that we were just like, oh, Jessica has. I want 4, and Claudia wants 2. So we have come to the agreement on 3.
We did not come to the agreement on 3. You said 3, and I was like, that doesn't mean anything.
We've come to the agreement on 3.
No, I think 2 is good. I'd like 3. To be honest, I would like 3.
Yes,
I mean, I would quite like 4 if it. We just got to see how it goes. I think right now, without any, I'd say 2 seems fine. If 2 seems fine when we have them, then I'll be like, okay, 3. And if 3 is like, this is easy peasy, then like 4. But I think it's actually a lot of work, and they cost a lot of money.
I'm not doubting it's a lot of work. For all you parents
already having
watching,
anxieties about having your first one.
Everyone has anxieties about things they don't know, Claudia.
Yes.
Go try it. Find out. Maybe I'll be like, I'm great at this.
Right. Okay. Next question. From Jessie R. Could you please talk about how to deal with doctors who don't take you seriously?
Number 1, get a Claudia. No.
We did
take
a video.
in someone with you.
You did a video on this, didn't you?
To get taken seriously by doctors. Not really. No. I did a video called Wife Saves My Life, which is basically how I just went through, that I'd gone through a lot of medical difficulty and difficulty getting doctors to relate to me and to actually talk to me properly. And then once I had closure in my life, they did, and that was much better. But I think that's partly because they're more willing to listen to somebody who is able-bodied and can explain the situation from outside and explain the symptoms from outside. So you saying like, oh, I feel really tired and really in pain doesn't mean so much necessarily in their mind as someone else who is able-bodied saying, yeah, she literally can't get up off the floor, she's so tired, and she's in so much pain she cries when she moves. Because people's idea of pain is very different, especially people who have chronic pain. We're dealing with a lot of pain a lot of the time. So we have a kind of twisted idea of what is a lot of pain, and that doesn't relate to able-bodied people. So I think there needs to be a bit of communication there between people watching from the outside, and also using medical language.
Yeah,
I found was an incredibly helpful thing. Claudia has an anatomy degree and is a dentist, so a doctor. So and also you come from a medical family. So she knew the correct terms to use, and the doctors were like, "Oh, we'll take her seriously. She actually knows what she's talking about."
I think that's the case of anything and everything. Like if you're getting a
quote from a builder.
Yeah, I was just thinking like a builder, and you're like, oh, do you think you'll need to do some underpinnings, and how much will that add? And like, do you think, or like, if you put in some things, and you know, like, or do you think it'll be cheaper, more cost effective to knock this wall down rather than getting in like blah blah blah, whatever? And then they're like, oh,
she just learned what underpinning is.
Yeah, but like, but yeah, it really helps, doesn't it, to be able to speak like the lingo. Oh, okay, bye-bye. All right.
I'm back.
All right, next question is another super chat question from Jessica Webber. As an able person with a partner with disabilities, do you two make us happy as all get out? What? As all get out? Did I read that wrong?
Make us happy as all get out. Like happy as
woo! Like,
happy.
Okay, great. Claudia, how do you deal with the Dr. Phil type people? Wow.
She recently did a post on our Instagram, Jessie and Claud, about the Dr. Phil situation.
I don't think you really need to deal with them. Like, unfortunately, everyone, maybe fortunately, everyone is entitled to an opinion. And there's always going to be people who don't like other people's situations or choices in life. And personally, for me, I've always just, my type of personality is if someone tells me I can't do something or that it's not going to work, I then make sure it is. So like, for example, that all started, or I can use an example from school, was I didn't enjoy Latin. Who enjoys Latin? And so I didn't do very well in class. And then the parents' evening, the teacher was like, yeah, Claudia's very lazy, and she's bottom of her class. And she doesn't put any effort in. And then basically my parents came back and said, oh, your teacher said you were really lazy and you're not doing well. And I was like, I'm just lazy. I'm just like not doing well because I don't like it. I could do really well if I wanted to. So yeah, the next term, I just like basically just like worked. I didn't even like work my ass off. I just was like, okay, I'm going to show that I'm not lazy, and I only have to put in a little bit of like effort. But actually, I did put in 110% effort, and then I got like not the top, but the second top mark that term in Latin, and I was like, see, I can do it. Who's lazy now, bitch? But yeah, so
yeah, don't ever tell Claudia she can't do something.
Yeah, so that's how you deal with people like Dr. Phil. Just be like, ew.
I also think it's about people's lived experience. So maybe Dr. Phil has met 5 couples.
Like Dr. Phil's like my Latin teacher.
It's all right.
Some people are just very pessimistic, is what I'm saying, and you need to just like
yes. I mean, some people are very pessimistic. Yeah. But I think in the same way that people who maybe have had their parents go through a terrible divorce tend to be like, divorce happens. No, all marriages end in divorce.
Yeah.
Not all people, obviously, but you kind of have that lived experience. So maybe Dr. Phil knows 5 couples where one was disabled and one wasn't, and they ended. So he's like, well, 100 of the 100% of the couples I know did. It's like, well, it's not an empirical study now, is it, friend?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Right. Next super chat question.
New member, Miss Haley. Hi. I'm loving it. I love when new people come and join.
Because they want to get some merch.
You don't have to be a member to get merch. You just become part of the club.
Oh, okay, cool.
And that's really cool because then you get the behind the scenes video.
And the little like emoji things.
Yes, you do. You get to use cool customized emojis.
Yeah.
Which we're going to be adding more of soon.
Yay. Okay.
But yeah, you can do like the Tilly's excited.
Next super chat question is from Aidan Reed. OMG, I love you guys. Hey, she got the excited Tilly.
Yeah, with the Tilly.
What are your thoughts on parents forcing their baby queers to go to religious meetings that teach them that they are monsters, and how that affects those baby queers into adulthood?
Jesus.
Well, that's a heavy one.
I think if parents are doing that, it's genuinely because they think they're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
I think if parents have been, I don't want to say indoctrinated, but are part of a religion that teaches that the only way for their children to get into heaven or be saved is for them to go to meetings where they will learn that they are not good and for them to repent, then I think the parents are acting in what they believe is the child's best interest.
Mm-hmm. I don't mean
not the child's best interest, and not a good thing and shouldn't be done.
Yeah.
Do you disagree with me?
No,
I'm such a Quaker. I'm sorry.
I think I
can't help seeing it from like everyone's point of view.
I think it's a bit of a tricky one because then if the religious teacher is saying that it is that you are a monster,
yes,
then that's wrong.
Oh no, of course. I totally believe that I think the religious teacher is in the wrong here, rather than the parents. Is what I'm saying. Because I think the parents
they shouldn't even be running these classes.
No, Lord no.
And also how it affects you growing up. Of course, it's going to affect you. It's going to affect your relationship with your parents and also with your faith, which is sad because actually you can still have faith and be gay.
Of course you can.
I think you might be forced away from your faith in those instances, and that's why it's bad of those religious teachers to be doing it, because they should be embracing you and supporting you in all the other areas of your life and making you live as a good citizen rather than worrying about one tiny aspect of you.
Yes. Yeah. I know. My video on Monday is about Quakers and the Bible. And I kind of covered a bit about Quakers and gayness in my I did a video about Quaker weddings where I mentioned the Quakers and gayness, but I should maybe just do a whole other video, because I think it is possible to have God in your life and to have faith and have religion and still fully accept yourself for who you are, and know that the people around you and in your church also accept and respect you. So don't feel like you have to give up on what you personally believe because other people are telling you it's one way, because it doesn't have to be, is my point there.
Okay, another super chat question from William Bucci again. Hello, cool, you got a lot of questions. Have you ever thought of getting a 1950s, 40s, 60s male clothing for your wife? I'm guessing, are you talking about me or you?
I'm guessing the male clothing is not for me.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
No.
Male
like,
clothing.
Would we ever do like a cute little...
Yeah, that would look quite...
I'd be so dapper.
I wouldn't go out and buy it because I probably wouldn't wear it as a regular thing, but it would be a lot of fun if someone sent me stuff like that, you know, or like
just saying,
or someone like loaned it to us for a day and we dressed up and did a photo shoot, you know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that would be quite fun.
Video idea.
I do really like Sarah Wharton novels, and I like, my favorite one is Tipping the Velvet, and that's because there's quite a lot of androgyny in that. And it's all quite
yes. Androgyny, as we know, is not no gender, it's both genders.
Yes, indeed.
So a woman in a suit is androgynous.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Jessica. Right. Next one. What's this one? Have you seen the Whitsey stuff?
Winter in the City.
Oh!
It's summer in the city.
Yes, you told me about
but they're going to do it in the winter now.
That'd be awesome if you could make it.
Yes. So for those who don't know or live in other countries, Summer in the City is a YouTube convention, much like VidCon, that happens in London in the summer. And they've just announced they're going to do Winter in the City, location TBC. TBC? No.
Yeah,
TBC. Okay, yes. I thought it was like to be continued. No. And it's going to be somewhere in the north, they've said.
Okay, I bet it's going to be like Leeds. I don't know why I said it.
Why?
I don't know. Well, because that's
all the places in the north.
Leeds is kind of like
Lovely
London.
Leeds.
Leeds is a bit like London of the north, and it's kind of central-ish. Well, actually quite north, but it could be Manchester.
It could be York.
Yeah, I've never been to York. That'd be nice.
Or it might even be Edinburgh. Like they might just really
throw
it up there.
Really up north. Okay. Right, next
Hi,
question.
I'm Panda. You remember?
Oh, hi.
Also, I'm just enjoying that. I'm Panda.
Yeah. Okay. Matthew Hall. Claudia, you and Jessica cannot come to California. Oh, what?
I believe Matthew is asking if we can go to California.
It says, Claudia, you and Jessica cannot come to California to go wine tasting with my wife and me.
I assume Matthew means...
Well, he might just be saying, sorry, you can't come.
No, I think Matthew's saying, please come.
Yeah, well, this is the ever optimist here, and I'm the realist who's like, no, Matthew's just making it clear he does not want us to go wine tasting with his wife.
Oh.
Thanks for joining the live chat, just so you can tell us that, you know.
God, yeah. That is not what Matthew's saying, I'm quite sure.
Sure that's what it, well, it could just be
You're
that.
so literal.
It's what it says.
Ugh, people make mistakes
anyway, if you have actually invited us to have wine tasting with your wife in California, then I'd be really down for that.
Yes, if that is an actual invitation.
Yeah, tell us more.
She does love some wine tasting.
Yeah, I don't know what you're going to taste.
Oh, you
can squelch grapes between your feet.
Oh,
just to have a similar wine experience.
Weirdly, something I'd quite like to do.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then we'd all drink
I'm
it. And
sorry, Winter in the City has been announced to be in Birmingham.
Oh,
We were completely
Birmingham.
wrong.
That is not up north.
No.
That is not north, guys.
I believe what they said was not south of England. So.
All right, Midlands.
Those are the Midlands.
All right.
But yes, it's still on.
Super chat. Woo, lots of super chats going on here. Long story short. Hello, lovely people. Hello. I know that every situation condition is different, but do you have any general advice, vitamins, supplements, etc., for someone recently diagnosed with an autoimmune disease?
Do you? By the way, I'm falling off.
Oh, well, sorry.
Thank you.
Well, what
Thank
kind of
you.
supplements do you take, darling?
Ooh.
Q10 is meant to be really good. It helps repair.
Yes.
It repairs. I really can't remember from the top of my head, but we did a lot of research into it together, didn't we?
I do have a video that's about supplements.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Okay. Well,
Clara.
but Q10 is very good. It helps repair like proteins, something over in your body, and helps with DNA.
Yeah,
so that'd be good for
cod liver oil.
Mm-hmm.
I swear by that stuff. I actually take 3 times as much as they say to.
Yeah.
And it really helps. I can really tell with joint pain.
Obviously, vitamin C, zinc, and echinacea are all really good. Particularly zinc and echinacea, they're really good for boosting your immune system. Propolis, which is like nectar base, like pollen base, sorry. That's really good, especially in the summertime, because it's kind of a natural antihistamine almost. And it helps promote your immune system.
I think it also helps you in the winter, not get so many colds.
Oh, vitamin D is really good.
What a cold from up.
Vitamin D is good in the winter, or if
Yes.
you live in a place where you don't get much sunshine, or you can't go out and get much sunshine.
Yes.
That's really good. So all those things. Hope that helps.
Matthew qualified, by the way, in writing that he said you can't because you respond well to being told you can't do things.
Oh. And then I was just like, fine, we're not coming. I totally...
She's sorry, we'll come wine tasting.
It's more like I can't do something when it's something that I know I can do. Whereas I'm not going to come uninvited. Anyway,
I see.
We won't be a dead horse. Right. Another super chat. Jade Sue. Claudia question for Claudia.
Ooh.
Being a queer dental student, it is always a good idea to... Being a queer dental student, is it a good idea to reveal sexuality to nosy patients? Well, I don't know. That's a bit of a strange, so nosy patients. I guess what do you mean? Like if they're personally, I don't really talk about my personal life when I'm working because I'm the dentist and my whole role is just I am a professional dentist. I'm literally like a robot, almost like not like a robot, but it's about
a personable robot.
It's about the patient. It's their experience. I'm just like the service person, providing them with a service and trying to make it as comfortable as possible for them. So I'm not going to be going on about myself because that's distracting them from them, So, but yeah, if you get a patient who's really like, oh, so where did you go on holiday? Oh,
got a boyfriend?
Who did you go with? Did you go with your partner? If they're really
married?
Yeah, if they're really probing for it, then yeah, I just say, oh yeah, I went with my wife. And then I try and steer away, to be honest, because again, I just don't like to talk about myself at work. But yeah, if it's a nosy patient, just tell them the truth, because otherwise it's just because they've asked. And
however, I would put a qualifier on that. I don't think you should ever disclose anything unless you feel like you're safe in the disclosure.
Well, yeah. I mean,
if you're not sure.
For instance, I got asked, do you have a boyfriend? And I said, no, I don't. And that I just stopped because that's not lying, but it's also because that's the truth. But I didn't have to elaborate and say, I have a wife, I was like, no, I don't at the moment. I just said at the moment because also I'm not at the moment.
You do not have a boyfriend at the moment, no.
And then you can just kind of, yeah, exactly, read each situation as it comes.
Yeah, if it feels safe to say, then,
yeah. I mean, I work in Brighton, so.
Yes.
But most of my patients are gay.
You don't know, Brighton is the gay capital of the UK. Yeah. It's very proud of that.
But where I used to work was not gay friendly particularly. So I used to really not talk about it very much.
No.
Yeah. So yeah, just read the room. Next question. Aina Kara, have you two thought about making a collage
or mural together and auctioning it off for charity? I mean, we hadn't, but that seems intriguing. By the way, thanks for my shout out to my daughter Dara. It made her day. Hi, Dara, again. Have you thought about making a collage or mural? No, we hadn't. That seems an intriguing thought.
But it wouldn't be that weird for us to do that, because we make our own Christmas cards every year.
We do.
To our friends and family. So we love creating things together.
I love a good collage.
Yeah. What kind of, we could do a collage of like, I love those, like when there's like a picture made up from lots of other pictures.
Oh, wow.
That would be so cool, wouldn't it, to do something like that?
Yes. We'll take like every photo we've ever taken together, and then we chop them up, and then we have the colours, and then we create
a heart. Something simple. I was gonna say like
something simple.
I was gonna say like we could take every picture we've ever taken of Tilly and then reconstruct it into a massive page face of Tilly. And then I was like, that's gonna be way too complex. But yeah, just something simple would be good. Like a circle.
Yeah. I mean, sure.
Maybe your merch. I know that's too complex. Anyway, good idea. Okay.
We'll look into that one.
Okay, next super chat from Kathy Lou.
Hi, Kathy Lou. Oh,
yeah.
I like when people put numbers at the end.
Oh yeah, sorry. And also, sorry to Kathy Lou too out there.
Exactly. See, Kathy Lou too doesn't know whether you're referring to her or not.
No.
Anyway, I'm looking to start a career in audiology. I have BSL level 1. As a patient with deafness and disability, what do you want from healthcare professionals? Goodness.
She wants small enough little things in the audiology department that they can actually then do all their hearing tests on. Because we will ask when every little earplug thing, so, even the children ones, would not fit her tiny
2 weeks ago, we went to London for some very intensive hearing tests. Whilst I was having a migraine, not good. And before we went in, I was like, gosh, I really hope they don't make me do any more hearing tests today because my migraine can't stand for it. And then the first thing she said was like, let's take you through your hearing test. I'm like, oh, no. Anyway, the first thing she did was put these like, they're kind of long, knobbly, plasticky things, rubbery things, and they go inside your actual ear canal. And then they push like air in just to test the buoyancy, I think, of your eardrums, something like that. And she tried every single size. It wasn't happening. It wasn't happening. No, apparently they don't make the size for newborn, which would be my ears.
I guess also, what about like, rather than that, what else could be helpful for someone who's training in audiology?
Yes. Don't ask, is that comfortable?
Maybe. No, I know. I know what would be really helpful.
Yeah.
Maybe you should learn, maybe all audiology people should have courses or in lip patterning.
Yeah.
Because anyone, whether you're like just lost your hearing as an old person or midlife or you've always been deaf, everyone of whatever hard of hearing stage you're at, I think, probably can lip read if you do it well.
Yeah.
Because not everyone can sign.
So if you don't know, lip reading is obviously where you look at someone's lips and interpret what they're saying through just the pattern of their lips without any auditory information.
So recently at work, I had a woman come in, and she was a trained lip patterner interpreter for a patient who was hard of hearing.
Yes.
And she's basically just a qualified person to like enunciate her words and really lip pattern really. Yeah. Really did that really badly. But yeah, you could do that. That'd be good.
Yeah. It is probably a really, really good skill because obviously not all deaf people sign. Mm-hmm. A lot of deaf people don't. I didn't hear that.
Ding. Was that ding? I meant a drum roll. Dad jokes, right?
Hello. Okay, Andrea Antoni asks, how do you cope with permanently losing a spoon? Like when you finally accept having 6 spoons and suddenly your body goes, nope, now you only get 5. Yes. I think acceptance of low energy levels is something that obviously happens at every level. And with long-term chronic health conditions and even other disabilities that can have various steps, either up or down or just down, you do get to the point where you're like, what? I just got okay with this thing. Like, I'm just fine with how I am now, and now it's changed again. And that can be incredibly frustrating. It really can. I don't know if there is an easy tip that I can give that's like, yeah, just roll with the flow. I think it comes in a way from experience. Like, if things keep happening, like I have been through so many ups and downs with my health that I'm just now like, oh, whatever. This is so boring. Cannot be doing this. And I don't think of myself now as having any fixed point. So I don't think, oh, this is like my baseline necessarily, and then it goes up and down. I try to just think of myself as forever living on a curve.
Yeah.
Who knows where that wave is going next?
Much more exciting.
True. I mean, it'd be so boring if you married some like able-bodied person, wouldn't it?
No,
what would you do?
Well, we'd probably have a lot more arguments because there just wouldn't be a natural fluctuation of like, because it changes the tempo and it changes the speed. But I think if you're both able-bodied, the way to do that is to cause like tension and then have nice moments and then cause tension again. But our periods of tension are just like, am I like,
wait, is this like the opposite of Dr. Phil?
Yeah.
Wait. So Claudia's theory is the opposite of Dr. Phil's. She thinks if you put two able-bodied people together, they're just going to have to cause some drama themselves. Sure.
Yeah. No one likes a complete smooth sail. Everyone wants a little bit of turbulence. It keeps. Otherwise, your life would be pretty damn boring.
Oh,
wouldn't it?
That's so great.
Oh, right, next question. Lynn Fincher.
Hello. Oh, that was actually hello. Is the first thing. I am a gay trans guy dealing with a lot of health problems. My question is, did you ever have your doctors question your sexuality whilst talking about your illness? I get it mostly with my gender identity. Thank you. Ooh. Sorry, by the way.
This one's for you, really, because I don't have doctors.
Yeah. Have I ever had a doctor question my sexuality? I would say, and this might seem a bit strange, but I would say they haven't, but they are almost relieved that I am gay.
In what way?
I think that's very true. Because they see it as quite a desexing thing. People tend to see people who are disabled or have ill health as being quite desexed.
Mm-hmm.
You don't often see a disabled gay person on television, right? If you see a gay person, you see a disabled person, you don't tend to see that as the same character.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite rare. Unlike the new Netflix special that is coming up. What's special? Anyway, so yeah, I think they see a disability as something that's desexing, and I think a lot of my older doctors maybe saw lesbianism as being desexed.
Okay.
So they were like, oh, you don't have to deal with boys? Excellent.
I guess
you can be alone forever.
They also were like, maybe they also found it easier to almost like tell you that you may not be able to carry children.
Yeah.
Because they were like, well, you're not going to naturally be able to get pregnant anyway.
Yes, yeah. So we went to a fertility clinic and attached to the hospital, and I'd been referred there because I have a genetic disability. And we walked in, and the lady was like, okay. And she was all like ready to give me the bad news and tell me that, you know, if I wanted to go down this path, I was going to have to like find a surrogate, find some eggs, find blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, this is my wife. And she went, oh, okay. Like, this is much easier.
Yeah.
I don't have to give you terrible news today. Good. You found yourself a womb.
Yeah. I think, I mean, we don't have any personal experience of it, but I would imagine from people we know that being trans in the medical world is going to be a lot harder than just being gay and cis, because obviously you're not having to deal with your sexuality is quite a personal thing, whereas I think when your body's involved in it as well, that makes it other people's issue.
I think you also have the issue of some people may conflate if you're suffering with a mental health issue and you're trans, then some mental health doctors may possibly see like, oh, you're not. It's just an extension of your mental health problem, which is
there's definitely less.
There's
definitely less probably understanding and what's the word, like
just awareness.
When there's more like medical people and maybe like straight people are more in the know and understand more about cis gay people.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah.
And that's more like tolerated is probably the word, I guess.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
And even though they're medically trained, I think unfortunately society and cultural beliefs still will affect those individuals. So, this is true.
So I think we need more like awareness campaigns on trans rights issues.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that also has to do with the media as well.
Yeah,
I think it's really important to have disabled characters, to have chronically ill characters, but also to have gay characters and to have trans characters in all types of media, because people need to, if they can't experience something firsthand, they need to be able to experience those emotions by proxy, by watching it or reading about it. Family moment. Hello. I hope that helped. Oh, we have a new member. Woo! Woo! Welcome, Maura.
Hello.
That's a nice name.
Yeah, it's
Maura.
Okay, next
ends
question.
in an A.
From Amber Lynn Martin.
Jeff, how do you understand people who don't use sign?
Yeah.
So, do you mean in videos or in general live? Clara says she's happy to send a link. If you don't know, this is all
there's quite a lot of videos. On this,
I have like how to lip read. That's a good video. Watch that one. But generally, with my chum here,
either we look at each. I mean, to be honest, the webcam doesn't show it. That's why we have to look down every now and again.
You can't realise I am looking down a lot.
Normally, at the moment with the webcam, we have to look at this. Well, Jessica has to look at the screen in particular, I guess, to know what I'm saying, or she just goes, "What?"
I just stare at you. It's I can kind of get what she's saying like this, but it's definitely easier if you're talking to the webcam. So I'm just angling your head. If you're talking into that webcam there, I can just kind of look down and
then she lip reads.
That's much easier. Yeah. But yes, normally when we're filming together, we have you can see what's happening.
We can see it on the camera. Yeah.
So that's the thing. All right. Yasmin says, thanks for making videos. Hopefully I'll meet you at Pride. Oh, which Pride? Are you going to Pride or London Pride? Because I'm going to both. I've been trying to convince every single person I meet who works at Google that they should put me on the float at London Pride. Yeah. Because YouTube has a Pride float.
I'm pretty sure you'll be on the London Pride. I
want to be on it. I want to be on it.
And maybe a Brighton one. Why not a Brighton one too?
Yes. If anyone knows how to get me on a Brighton Pride float, I'm down. But yes, I will also be attending the events in general.
Yay!
Not just sitting on a float. But I could get a great rainbow dress. Okay. I could be looking fabulous.
No one's doubting that you'll look great on the float, darling. Oh. Everyone wants you on the float. Okay.
And then Lucy Rockmore says, I was recently diagnosed with tremors and I'm having trouble finding an online community. Do you have any recommended creators or websites or communities? Oh my goodness. I don't. I'm just going through in my mind my Rolodex of.
Maybe you should just there's probably plenty of people on your channel that also have tremors and maybe just post that on one of Jessica's we've posted it now, so that's good.
Oh, but also wait. I could say in my next video, if you have tremors, join Lucy down below in the comments, and then you guys can all chat in the comments.
Yeah. Because that's a good way, because basically lots of people meet through commenting on someone's video on shared topic.
Because I completely relate with the wanting to find people who have the same thing as you. Because through making my videos and people putting in the comments like, oh my gosh, I have that exact thing. I'm like, I'm not alone.
Yeah.
I really love, I find it very special to have an online community that I can connect with and who have similar experiences to me. And I get it means a lot to be able to connect.
Yeah, so you've already made the first step by posting that, because then other people will probably be like, oh,
yes, remind me to put that in my next video. Yes, excellent, thank you. Oh, hello. Regrettable, who is a member, woo, Kellgren-Fozard Club, would like to know the story of how I got Walter. Which,
oh yeah,
where are
have you never talked about that?
Where are you?
It's right here.
You can't see.
Out.
He's just there. He is. Good
boy.
There we go.
Oops, sorry, dude. I'm so sorry.
Just smashing your own best friend in the face. Oh my goodness me.
He's like, what is happening?
Oh,
she's like, hey, isn't it about me?
I'm the baby.
I'm the cute
me.
I'm the cute
She's
one.
just sitting in between us because she's really weird. She actually does sit.
Yo.
Oh, everyone's moving. No, stop it, Jessica.
There's commotion here. No
right.
commotion.
The story of how I got Walter.
Why are you blocking him from view?
The story of
that was beautiful. Let's start again. The story of how
I got Walter. Thanks, Walter. Good boy. Oh, sorry, hon. So, Walter is actually 11 years old, and I have had him since he was 7 weeks old. I want to say 7 or 8 weeks old. Oh, back in the day. Oh. And I was very, very ill, and I was spending all of my time in bed alone. I was on bed rest for 2 years, and I couldn't really spend much time with other people. But I really wanted a companion because I felt so alone. So, and this is like, the internet was not what it is today.
I love how I'm just sitting back and like, this is story time.
Story time, she's prepared. The internet was not what it was today, and I just wanted a best friend who would be with me every day. And so I searched and searched, and I'm actually allergic to dogs. So I had to find a hypoallergenic dog. He is a Bichon Frise, which I really thought you were going to be
Come here, dude.
No, he is a Bichon Frise, which is a type of dog that is hypoallergenic. They're a pedigree, but they were originally a poodle and a Maltese cross. And isn't he adorable? Yes, he is. He's so cute. He's like a grumpy old man who always has been. And so I found that I really wanted a Bichon. And I found that there was one over I think he was in Wales, actually. I lived in Bristol at the time. He was in Wales. And I made my carer at the time, Hannah, drive over with me to get him. And I was like, Mother, I'm going and I'm returning with a dog. She was like, do you have to? Yes, I need a friend. And all the way there.
You know why? Sorry, it's their dinner time.
Oh,
I'm going to feed them. They're like, hello. It's like Sue just attacked me with licks.
Sorry. Yeah, so all the way there in the car, I lay in the back seat. What on earth is going on? Did you just hit the chandelier? Claudia just brained herself on the chandelier. There's a chandelier up there. If you can't tell. Oh, there you go. Still swinging. Ridiculous. So all the way there, I lay down in the back of the car, semi-conscious. And then we got to the house where Walter was. And we walked in. And I couldn't see him because he was so tiny. And he had hidden behind a curtain. And he was just shivering. He was like, no one wants me. I'm the little runt of the litter. And I was like, oh, I want you. And he just seemed so scared and lonely. And I went down, I bent down to pick him up. And he just jumped straight into my armpit, like inside my coat, because it was January and my coat was open. And he jumped inside my coat into my armpit and snuggled in. And I was like, well, I can't leave you now. I'm in love. So he just stayed there for like 2 hours with his little bum. And so I was like, thank you so much. Yes, I will obviously take this dog who I have clearly fallen in love with, and he clearly loves me very much. And so we drove back to Bristol, and I was like, Mother, I have a dog. Why, Jessica, why do you put me through these things? I was like, oh, I just love him. And then for the next 2 years, Walter was just my best bed buddy. And I would wake up in the morning he would wake up in the morning and my dad would give him breakfast and then take him out for a walk and then bring him back and then put him on my bed. And I would just lie there with Walter all day long, just kind of sleeping together. He still does that. He just sleeps all day. That's what I mean. You have to convince him to go for a walk. He doesn't move. Clara will attest to this, but he just doesn't move. He just lies there. He's so funny. Not like Tilly, who's like, come on, let's go. I'm so excited. Jumping around the place. Walter's like, can't be asked. And yeah, so we just spent so much time together. And then I went to university and he couldn't come with me because I lived in Wales. And every time I came back home to my parents, every 6 weeks, I would be like, Walter, I miss you so much. And he would climb in my suitcase and be like, I don't want to go live without you, Jessica. Take me. And I was like, I can't take you. I'm sorry. You can't live with me. And then just before, like the last year of my university, my parents moved house and could no longer have dogs. And I was like, he's mine again. Yes. And I had moved out into a house that technically we weren't actually allowed dogs, but I was like, no one's checking. It's fine. So he came to live with us and it was amazing. And then just a few weeks later, Claudia came into my life. And on our very first date, I told her how I had a dog, and she was very excited. I made her walk me home to my doorstep and said, would you like to come in and meet my dog? And she thought it was some kind of euphemism. I was like, no, genuinely, I have a dog. I have a dog. She didn't come in, though, because she thought it was a euphemism. But then a week later, she did actually come and verify my dog was real. And Walter and Claudia fell in love. And it was an epic love story for the ages. And they were best friends from the minute that they met each other. Hello, Walter. Isn't that right? Yes. And I should say also, Walter had a little bit of training in a kind of, he's not a service dog, but he is helpful, basically. Because to complete full training, you have to send them away for 6 months, and I did not want to send him away for 6 months. So someone came to the house, and I'm semi-conscious, so I vaguely remember this, but someone came to the house and went through stuff with him. So he used to, when it was just the two of us, and he still does this if there's no other human in the house, he tells me, hey, hi. So Walter will tell me when the doorbell's ringing, when the washing machine is making a noise, if I need to do something, go somewhere, etc. He comes up and he's like, and stares at me and gestures a bit. I'm like, oh, okay.
We're like best friends.
Thanks, Walty. Yeah, so he's great. But now I have Claudia. He's like, what? I'm not doing it. You've got a human. She'll tell you stuff. So he only does it now if I'm alone, which is kind of rare. But supposed to be looking out for me, chum. But it's fine. I don't mind.
We love you.
Oh, yes. We love you. Mwah. You do. Oh, you're going to lick me. You're so cute.
Right, we should probably, round it up.
Oh, do we? I mean, yeah, okay.
Well, we've been on for an hour. Or you want to carry on?
No, we haven't. Have we? Oh, no. We've been on, it says there at the top.
Oh, okay.
53. There we go. So we've got more questions that we should answer. That was a really long story. Sorry,
of course
guys.
it was.
Right.
Nothing is short. Oh, Jessica. No stories are short.
Yeah, there you go.
Actually, you are quite short.
Right.
Your feet are quite short.
What?
Nothing.
Sure. All right. Oh my gosh. Okay, we've got 2 to answer here. So Jen S. I recently started dating a beautiful, able-bodied human. I have cerebral palsy. She's very supportive, has offered to help with stretches. I find it hard to accept her offers. How did you find that balance and acceptance? I didn't have any difficulty, actually, with you doing stuff. Because I was like, we're already so intimate, I think.
You mean helping you?
Yeah.
Physically?
Yeah. Like, I'd rather you came and lifted me out of the bath than someone else did.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I don't think it I don't think it really.
I think though the worry is for people that it's going to in some
kill
way
the romance.
Kill the romance, ruin the mood. I don't think it does. It might be a personality thing, but I mean, you've already said they're a beautiful human.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing you already know that she's lovely and therefore isn't going to...
I think you should accept her offers, because from my point of view, it's almost a bit of a... Unless you're not accepting because you find it overbearing and therefore you're finding that a bit much, but you said that you think she's a beautiful human, so obviously you like the offers, you just find it difficult to accept them from a different point of view. So rather than it being from a point of view of I want to be independent and actually I can do it, and you just kind of stop offering things, then I would find it offensive, like if Jessica was always like saying no, because there's only so much you can say no, and then it's like, why don't you want my help? Like you're kind of because you're as a human being, as a person, that is part of Jessica. So to deny me that part of her is like not really allowing me to embrace, and she's not allowing the whole relationship to be fully trusted upon.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. Yeah.
So if she was like, no, you can have me on good days, but you can't have me on my bad days, then I'm like, that's not real.
Yeah.
You know?
It's the difficulty of being vulnerable with a human being.
Yeah.
I think of physical vulnerability in the same way that you think of emotional vulnerability. If you can sit and have long, beautiful chats with this person where you are discussing, sometimes the terrible thoughts that you have and that hidden, innermost secret desire that you have to do something strange that everyone else thinks is weird, that's an emotional vulnerability. And I think it should be on the same level as a physical vulnerability.
Yeah. I definitely have lots of emotional vulnerabilities, obviously, because I don't really tend to have any physical ones. So all of mine are emotional or mental or whatever. And I need Jessica to support me in those. But at the beginning, I found it quite difficult to let her know about those things. I'm not talking about anything specifically. I can't really tell. Just I don't know. What's a good example?
I don't know. That's a good example you want to share with me,
well,
actually.
No, I don't know. Well, anyway, what I'm trying to say is your relationship will be much more complete for both of you if you just allow both of your vulnerabilities to be accepted by one another and let you both care for one another as fully as you can.
You just have to believe in love.
Yeah. If you think about it, if you want the relationship to be a long-lasting one, somewhere along the line, if they're going to be your wife or whatever, then they're going to have to help you out the bath sometimes. So you might as well start it now.
True. Very true. All right. Shall we do the last question? Okay. How about, help. Baby queer in trouble, and I need advice on how to come out / what age should I come out? I keep thinking it's going to be a phase because that's what everyone has told me. People, though. People. It's going to be a phase. Well, we both came out at very different ages. I use came out in air quotes because I didn't come out.
No.
Not that I'm still in the closet, guys. I was a baby gay.
What was the question? Sorry, I was reading people's things.
Oh, the question was
when is the time to come out?
When is the best time to come out? At what age should I come out? So I'm assuming that it's from Grace's life, and I'm assuming that Grace is so young that the people who she has come out to have told her it's just a phase and not to come out further publicly. I'm assuming a lot.
You're assuming a lot.
I'm assuming a lot.
I think you can't really put a number on the age at which you should come out. I mean, it all depends on you individually. Some people don't come out until they're like 40, 50, 60, and that you shouldn't say they may not have even been in the closet knowingly, but then suddenly the time came and they're like, oh.
Yeah,
I think if you just when you know for sure yourself, then come out.
Yes, perhaps don't buy into the narrative that you need to try things as well. Don't buy into the fact that you're like, oh, I must date a boy, I must kiss a boy, I must sleep with a boy in order to know that I don't want
Well,
that.
from two different... Okay, so Jessica didn't come out because she always knew she was gay. Therefore, she didn't also feel pressure, and her family were accepting of that, so that's great. But therefore, she didn't have any pressure to be like, ooh, I should behave in a certain way and I should date boys and I should pretend that I fancy that boy over there just so I fit in with these girls, you know? Like, you've never felt that pressure. But equally, like, I didn't know I was gay, so I still did those things because it's not whether or not you're gay or not. You just sometimes feel like you need to fit in.
Yeah, it's not what I would call a pretense.
No.
Because it's not a conscious decision.
Exactly.
So I think it's one of those things that you just know when the time is right.
Mm-hmm.
If it hurts you more to be in the closet than you think it would to be out of the closet.
Mm-hmm. I mean, also I should say as well that it depends what else is going on in your life, because coming out is really quite a big thing. It's going to change a lot of things. It doesn't necessarily change how your friends and family see you, like they'll still love you, but it does change a little bit of how they see you, and also how you see yourself and how you start to see yourself in society, because you'll suddenly feel hopefully like joy and happiness of who you are, and that will come out of you when you're walking down the street, and that will change how you are perceived in the world and how you perceive yourself. So like it's quite a lot to deal. It's quite a lot of change to be happening around you. So if you're not emotionally ready for that change, even though it's going to be a positive change overall, then don't do it. So for instance, when my mum was dying, I think I knew I was gay, but it did not feel like the right time for me to come out at that point, because I needed to just be a daughter first and foremost for my mum, and a sister for my sister, and so on, you know, and just be supportive. And that my sexuality, it didn't really have a place right then for those couple of years, because I wasn't thinking about dating. I wasn't thinking about expressing my sexuality. So I knew it deep down, but for me, that wasn't the right time to come out, because it would seem almost like I was trying to steal the limelight. Or, you know, like that's a silly way. But like, it's, so you need to just reflect. You just need to like, just do it in your own time.
Yeah. I think in a way it's like love. When you know, you know. So like you had the insight that this isn't the right time.
Yeah.
And I think you do have that. And you're like, okay, now things are ready.
Yeah. You got to be like, don't be too selfish with it as well.
Mm.
Like, you know, timing is a good, timing is very important. So you shouldn't just be just blasé, like, oh, just come out when you feel you can't hold it in anymore, because sometimes it's not as simple as that.
No, sure. Life is complex. Yes, indeed.
Should we do one more question?
Okay, one more question. What are you going to give us, Clara? Okay. Oh, there's so many, and I don't want to. Okay, what about this one? We're going to go with one that's not too heavy. I always wonder, how do people know what they want to do in life? Like, did you just know you wanted to work in media?
I love how you're like, we're going to go for one that's not too heavy. One of life's biggest questions. How do people know what they want to do with their lives?
I think we found the answer to that question then, in my thinking it's an easy one.
Sometimes you have a calling, and that is great, but most people, and everyone, when you're young, when I was young especially, depending what school you go to, but particularly in my school, like it's very much like everyone has a career, and they know exactly what they want, and they're achievers, and they succeed, and they're like the top of their game. Like you either are going to be a successful lawyer, or you're going to be like, whatever you do, you're going to be success at it. And it's what they've always wanted to do, and they're going to be so passionate about it. And then you get the other category of people who are like just like temps or like don't hold down a job, and you're like, oh, I don't want to be one of those people. It's like, I want to know what I want to do in my life. Like, I'm going to be like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's really not that simple. Like, no one, there's not that many people who are actually like that. In my experience, there's like, it's quite rare to find someone who is like, I wanted to do this and I became it, and now I'm like one of the best in my field at it. Like, that is rare.
I think the best way to find that out in terms of percentages would be asking people when they retire. Like, did you just know and have one job the whole way along?
Yeah. I think more and more I notice people find what they're calling, if you want to say it like that. But I think it's more just what you're happy. I don't think it's your calling, because I think it's more like who you shape to be. You're continuing to shape yourself as you grow. And you're never going to know what you want to do at the age of 50, and it's ridiculous, or 16 or 17 or 18. And the pressure that's put on young people to want to choose what they want to do with their life is ridiculous, because, you probably will find success when you're 40. There's so many entrepreneurial people out there who have started up businesses when they're in their 40s, 50s. Yeah. And actually that's probably the best time to do it, because you have life experience and you know what makes you happy and what makes other people happy and what you're good at, rather than trying to be good at something that you want to be good at, or do like using the skills you've already got.
And don't worry that the decisions that you do make when young can't then be changed. Don't think like, I have to make this massive decision and choose this career because then that's it forever. It's really not.
And I was like, hearing someone Claudia's age saying when I was young, it is quite funny, yeah. I am 31.
Yes, like, darling.
I'm like, I'm 3 decades old.
No.
I know that's not old. But
I don't think you were thinking much about your career for the first decade, were you? No.
But yeah, no, I didn't know I wanted to be a dentist. I just kind of fell into it, to be honest.
Well, there's your answer to that. I knew I always just wanted to work in media. It was just finding out how that I could make that work with my disabilities, and boom.
Yeah. Well, Jessica's one of those rare people, because she is very driven and passionate, and she knows herself completely. Like, she knew she was gay from the age of 2. Like, I mean, she's one of those anomaly people. People like Jessica aren't made, they're born, as they say.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you can't buy this weirdness.
yeah.
Just born with it. All right, my gorgeous people, we're going to have to say goodbye, because, excitingly, I'm leaving the house today. We're going out dancing. Yeah. So fun. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been a wonderful time. As always love a good live stream. I love a good little chat.
Yeah.
Oh, and I hope we've helped with the answers to some of our questions.
Yeah, sorry that we didn't get to answer everyone's questions. It's just there were a lot of them, and
yeah, we should roll them over to the next live stream or something.
Well, there'll be equal amount of questions, probably.
Yeah, we'll just build up forever and ever.
We'll have a different topic then.
But it would be lovely. Oh, sorry, Clara would like to point out we are going out tonight, because Clara is also going out.
Yeah. Someone put the little Tilly emoji up.
Woo! Come on, put the Tilly emoji up. Don't make us just do this alone.
Tilly's literally just sitting there like.
I love, we're getting hearts. We're getting no Tillies.
Oh. Anyway, we still love you guys. Wow. Sorry. That sounded so deflated just because we don't have a picture of our own dog who is sitting right there.
Yeah, we'll just stare at her for a bit. There we go. It's good. Oh, right. Oh, Tilly emojis. There we go. Thank you for buying into this oddness. Right. Goodbye. Mwah. Mwah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, yes. And